happened? Oh. Okay, now we're all live. We're just awful. Hi. Oh,
Okay, that was bad. That's okay. Hi. Hello and welcome to another edition of Unpopular Reviews Entertainment. And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we are reviewing the very last episode of none other than Hawkeye. Now,
Yes.
my name is Clint Bishop, clearly for certain reasons. I am joined tonight by none other than Jack I and C the Superior. But tonight we all have a special guest, ladies and gentlemen. A certain person that is part of the UPR family in many, many, many ways. The gentleman does put in work. Please, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Mr. Mike Knoxxx to the building.
What's going on, y'all?
Mr. Knoxxx, there's one thing that you must know about this group, and especially about tonight. This group right here is called none other than the Wine Den. All right. I pulled out something very special tonight for the Wine Down because this is the very last episode of Hawkeye, and it is just very important. Oh, I see everybody got the fireball. I should have wanted both the little fireballs too.
That's because when you look on if you follow us on Instagram, our viewers voted what we should drink. And here we go. We got majority fireball.
what is allowed? Can you tell them the other choice? What was the other choice?
The other choice was water. You guys want to kill us, and you said no water for you, for your liver. You want us to be drunk, so here we are. But Vic outdid himself. He bought a special bottle of what you got?
This is called Mama Juana, right? So this is a Dominican specialty drink, right? So now this right here takes a whole bunch of different kind of roots and a whole bunch of different plants, and you mix it up and you put it in there, and then you got to leave it in there for more than a month put together before you can even open it. And then once you close it, the longer you leave it, the better it gets. So now my chest is about to burn. But anyway,
that medicine.
Anyway.
Oh no, sorry to hear that, Charmaine.
Yes.
But thank you for watching.
Thank you.
All right, so let's get into the episode. So this is episode 6, series finale. It opens up. I'm trying to remember. It opens up with.
It opens up with actually Kingpin.
It does. Yeah. It opens up with. Also, we forgot to open up with our drinks. Take your drinks. If you're watching, leave us a like and drink your shot.
We already drunk stuff when we came on. Now you're gonna be drinking more? Like
I came out of senor.
Welcome to the Wine Down. Probably the last one.
The longer the show goes, the more
clearly I made it by enough for you people.
It opens up with Kingpin, and he's in there, chatting it up with Streetwise mom, right? Mm-hmm. And as we know from the last episode, it was revealed that Streetwise, right, is in cahoots with Kingpin. And it was revealed by our girl, Yelena. We've figured out her name. She's no longer Natasha's sister. She's Yelena.
Yelena.
And the whole time I'm thinking, why would she even tell Kate about this? But she did give her the big reveal that, hey, your mom's the one who hired me, right? But anyway, Kingpin's chatting it up with Streetwise. And she's pretty much telling Kingpin, like, hey, I took the fall for some things. I got my fiance locked up for you. My daughter's home. I want out the game. She's done with
don't forget
the life.
Don't forget the part about where she killed was it Amadi?
Oh, yes. Or
yeah.
Armand. Or
so Ahmad,
big bucks.
I made him sound like cologne.
Yep. But honestly, I kind of feel bad for mom. So we'll talk about it. So he's pretty much making it seem like he's giving her like the Don Juan, like, oh yeah, go in peace, with your family, like you're freaking the Godfather. And as soon as she leaves, he's pretty much like, yo, she's a problem, pretty much telling that to what's his name, Kazi. And so whole time, Kate and Hawkeye, they're watching the whole thing on the cell phone because they got like bird's eye view via Yelena giving them like the lowdown, right? And so as soon as the stream ends or whatever it is, stream video, whatever,
StreamYard.
she's like, oh, I can't believe I can't believe she did that. I can't believe, she's never even jaywalked across the street. She thought her mom was on the straight and narrow, but mom is streetwise and she was, doing what she had to do. But long story short, Hawkeye was like, they pretty much need to get to her mom because they heard that Kingpin is going to go after her, right, for trying to leave.
Yes.
So they're trying to help her, but they're also, trying to get her, right?
And also he even mentions, he points out like this is not good. Right. It's not good.
So, and also in that same scene we got Maya. Where's she at? Where's our girl Maya? There she is.
Got her.
She's telling Kingpin, which is some kind of family. I think they said it was her uncle or something, right?
He was the uncle.
Yeah, the uncle. She's telling him that she's given up her quest for finding her father's killer. Good. Because of the last episode, Hawkeye let it spill that, hey, your boss is the one who wanted them dead, and that's none other than Kingpin. But she's still trying to play it cool, like, yeah, I just need a couple of days off. He grants it to her, right? But he still knows what's up because he's a smart thinker, this Kingpin guy, right? So,
no, but he's so calculating. I want to digest. Not digest. I want to talk about the segment. Yes, I'm sorry. The fireball is catching up. But just to point out how smart he is, as she walks out, he knows. He tells was it Kazi? He goes, yeah, no, she's done, and we gotta take care of this. He knows. He said, we gotta get the city back. We have to show them who's boss.
Yeah,
who's the boss with the big white? Yeah. Who the big boss with the big white suit? I want to talk about his shirt later, by the way.
Oh yeah,
yeah, quite the shirt.
That's pimping. That's Miami shit right there.
But you know what's funny? It's comic accurate because like I was scrolling through social media, Instagram, and I saw that shirt and I said, no, he dead wore that. Because at first I said, where did he get that shirt from? Where did he get? I didn't think Miami, but I'm just thinking, where did he get this shirt from? Meanwhile, Marvel was like,
it is a Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah. He was on vacation. That's why he hasn't been around.
What, from killing people? I guess you do need a break after killing somebody. You're right.
Yeah, he went on an island somewhere, got away from COVID. He said, not in New York. No, sir. I'm not staying here.
I don't need this blood on my shirt.
He had to get out of there.
I know that's
right. Well, gee, thanks, see. I guess I'm high risk COVID here.
Oh, shoot.
Well, he's morbidly huge.
Well,
he's a big guy.
I'm just as big as King.
I mean, no, the funny thing about that is that they always drew him to be looking like a fat guy, but he's actually all muscle.
Mm-hmm. Like Uncle Pyro. I mean, from Avatar. Okay. He looks like he's fat, but underneath that he's muscly toned. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like he apparently has like 2% body fat and the rest is muscle because he learned.
That's hilarious.
He's big boned.
He like when you really get into Kingpin, you'll see that he is a badass. Like,
no, he is. I mean, I can't wait to get into that part.
It's something else. You know what I mean? That's why I think a lot of people really popped when they saw him in the last episode.
But you know what I think made people pop though for it too, besides it being Kingpin, the guy who portrayed Kingpin, Kingpin, because he did such a great job in the Netflix series. If you watch the Netflix series, he did such a great job. He was out on season 2, but season 1 and 3.
Not even.
They said he was the best.
Order Criminal Intent.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I
never watched it. So
yeah, I didn't either.
I only watched half the first season, but I was always told I should go back. I'm going to go back and watch it because I love him in Godfather of Harlem. He plays opposite of Bumpy Johnson on that show with Forrest Whitaker, aka Lazy Eye himself.
That show was real good of the year.
No, it's not.
I don't know. It didn't be Snowfall. It didn't be Snowfall. It didn't be
Hawkeye.
But Hawkeye was
listen. Malcolm X and Bumpy Johnson.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. It's pretty dope.
Nobody's messing.
It's pretty dope. It's pretty dope.
Well, we're talking about Hawkeye.
Right. Here's the thing.
The Mama Juana's already popping.
Right. So we are flashed to I want to say we're going to where Hawkeye's like, yeah, we got to go on this thing, right? We got to get prepared. So the part of being prepared is getting these trick arrows together, right? So apparently Hawkeye just doesn't order these from, the Stark, armory. He makes these arrows, these trick arrows himself. So we get this whole montage of them putting together these arrows. And because Kate is smart, she labels them because I don't know how.
Yeah, you don't want to just shoot random arrows and
right, and think it does something else when it actually does something different. So
and this was cool. I mean, later when they show what these arrows can do, because I've been pretty hard on Hawkeye. I was like, this guy is, like who goes to Comic-Con and be like, I want to be Hawkeye. No one says that. No one says that. I go to these events. I've never heard anyone say I want to be Hawkeye.
Still not going to say that. They're going to be Kate.
Yeah, that's true. We're gonna see a lot more Kate next year. No, I agree.
It's the marketing thing. He doesn't have a good costume now. He does. Right?
No, I still don't think it's like her costume. Right? It's like her costume.
People mess around and dress up as Ronin.
Yeah,
Ronin, I can see that. I can see. Okay,
that is a badass costume. So I mean, it's kind of like Kick-Ass's costume, but hey,
yeah.
Oh yeah, it is kind of like that.
Wait, who's not Ronin?
Kick-Ass.
I know Kick-Ass.
Like Kick-Ass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like something about the front area was giving Kick-Ass. I don't know what it is.
Me Kick-Ass vibes. I'm sorry.
He said, "I'm sorry." I'll be sorry.
But so they're gidgeting or whatever. They're in the lab putting these things together, giving very much Spider-Man in there, like putting his web shooters together. But it's Hawkeye. And
it's not as cool.
Then yes, it's very cool. Then
no,
we're
not
shot
as
over
cool.
To the party. They're at the event, all dressed up to the nines. So Hawkeye mentioned in the earlier scene, like, hey, you're my partner. So he's on board with the partnership now. And they're going in like 007 into this party. So he's like, scan the room. Who's our allies? Who's our enemies, right? And she points Gary. Gary's back. The guy who the boss.
Fired us. See, episode one. Episode one. And also the freaking LARPers. And I'm still like, what the hell does this make any sense? They're supposed to be police officers and firefighters. They all just got the night off to bullshit around with Hawkeye. Come on. What? Yeah.
He's an Avenger. Because he's an Avenger.
Nobody works. And this lady, like I said,
no need to wonder where the
evidence from the evidence room.
Did they ever break that? Like, aren't the Avengers not supposed to do this without asking for permission? So I was kind of wondering where these guys are going to come out and arrest him for doing this. But hey, New York had to be saved from this. Is low-level crime, so it doesn't even count on that radar. That's why this kind of stuff can happen. This is why the Defenders and Daredevil and all those guys and Luke Cage and them can exist, because they're not as big time as them, and it puts Clint in that category of handling this kind of crime. Although he has, stomp with the big dogs, if you will, so to speak. You know what I mean? But overall, he's a normal guy who gets his ass whooped.
Yeah. So they are, the LARPers are there incognito and worker.
Yeah, they're like the waiters. They're waiters.
Yeah, impersonating waiters. And
they're impersonating Vikings, so why not?
Right, that's what they did. Dive back a little bit, because I know this is my first time on your show. They're like law enforcement. I just thought they were cosplayers.
Well, one of them's a firefighter. The other one was I know the black
police officers.
The black dude is my favorite character on the show.
Grill.
Man, you can have my bed, man.
No, Grill is horrible. I don't like Grill.
I love Grill.
You don't?
You're an Avenger.
No, why is everybody acting like he's such an A1 guy? This dude literally stole from someone's house that was on fire. He saw.
See, what are you doing with that water? They didn't vote water.
I
didn't bust out my Kool-Aid. Hold on. She took a sip. I'm gonna take a sip.
He's stealing on the job. He's in somebody's house trying to stop them from the house from burning, and he's like, "Oh yeah, like that snatch."
Listen,
and he suffers no consequences for it. He needs to be fired.
Didn't Martin Lawrence say the most corrupt people in the world is the New York Police Department? Well, he actually said the LAPD, but NYPD, LAPD, CPD, they all the same crooks.
So, but he is definitely one. So I don't like him. But anyway, he's there too. And as Hawkeye is, surveilling the place, he starts looking out the window, like, you peeping things, and he notices old girl, the police officer, she's masquerading as a waitress, and through the window you see like a little buzz or something shining against the glass.
Yep,
yeah, a little red light. So he's like, he already knows what's up. He's like, oh, there's a sniper somewhere. So he tells her to get down. He grabs the tray, deflects the bullet, and Lord forbid, like there's way too many people in this room because I don't know how nobody died because the amount of shots that rang through this building. He's running. Running, and then the shots are like going through the window, like everyone behind him dead. This is a massacre. So,
DC would have had people dropping.
Yes, and so simultaneously, he's telling everybody that he's telling the LARPers to evacuate people, right? And also we get to Kate. Kate sees our girl Yelena in the green coming to kill Hawkeye. So she goes to, kind of handle her, right? They're at the elevator. And there's this whole scene, and this is
This was a fun scene. I say fun scene, meaning it was lighthearted. Go ahead.
It was my best scene of the show. I love when she smacks her. What you do that for?
Yes.
Like I can whoop your ass. You understand? Like that was even like later on. I'm on someone like Kate can't fight either, right? But she be trying her. She be pushing the envelope, yo. So I love.
No, but I feel like Kate can hold her own, but she's not going to be able to hold her own against someone like Yelena. Because like when it comes to the bros, I mean, granted, the bros are. I mean, I'm sorry, I watched Power Rangers in the '90s. They're the putty. They just always get the ass kicked immediately. Like if you hit them in the spot, they blow up. Yeah, the bros.
They're fun. They're in the video game. That would make that cool if you played Spider-Man on the PS4.
Oh my God, I did. Yes,
they're in there. And I thought that was cool.
The putties?
Yeah.
No, not the putties.
No, Tracksuit Mafia.
No, that's the Power Rangers.
Real.
He's about to pick the game
I think that's worth a shot for saying that. The putties.
Okay,
Come on,
sure. Let's take the shot. Where's my legs?
See his face. She's like, all right, let's do this.
All right. When I start acting gangster in here, don't say nothing.
We want it. Bring it out. Bring them out. Bring her out. Bring her out.
So, but the thing is, I think his character, like her character, Yelena, doesn't really add up to me as far as what we saw in Black Widow. Because if you remember, she was very no nonsense. Even she was fighting Natasha. As soon as she saw Natasha, it was on, like, it's on sight, right? And she was holding her own against Natasha. And you're telling me that she's buddy with Kate, not even knowing her like that, and not really able to overtake her in the way that she should, being that she was going hand in hand with Natasha.
But wait a minute, what beef does she have with Kate Bishop? She had beef with
what's her name? What was her name?
Kate Bishop.
She doesn't have any beef.
Who's that? Cousin Mario?
Problems with Kate Bishop because in the beginning, like she even offered Kate Bishop mac and cheese and all of that when she was letting him know that she was gonna go kill Clint. She never had beef. She had beef with Natasha because Natasha upped and left and never even went to look for her. That's why she was mad at Natasha.
Think about this scene. I'm sorry, I mean cut it. This episode, was it episode 4? The scene when she went off the roof. She never tried to kill her. She could have easily killed her, but when she went off, she gave her the rope.
But so why? Why? Because if you notice, right at the beginning when we were flashback to her in the mansion, when she's in the mansion about to spray that lady in the eyes, she's like war weary. She's not hey, how you doing? Hello. She's very much, I'm a warrior. I'm tired of this, but I'm going to get the job done. This is a whole different Yelena. We don't know this person. She's very jokey. She's not here to get the job done. And it doesn't make sense to me that she's always cracking a joke when she wasn't really like that in the movie, as far as I remember.
Oh, blind tag.
I feel like she was.
She was definitely like that in the movie.
When was she jokey? That was the dad. That was
once we talk about the most iconic scene of the whole entire movie was when she came down with the move and go, man, it's disgusting. She was cutting jokes from the time they met to fight and when they got back together in the house. She was
saying the move was disgusting because it was too showy. It wasn't she's more serious.
I thought
than what Natasha.
I have no reason to. She can clearly see that Kate is a kid, and I can kill you at any given moment. So why?
But she's a trained killer, kid or not. She's supposed to be able to take him down.
But she's not there to kill Kate. She's there to. So she is Natasha Romanoff's sister. She has a heart. She knows her. She has a mission. She pays her mission. Her mission is to kill Clint, not Kate. So I think that's why she didn't want to kill Kate. Like you're an innocent bystander who.
But at the the same time she gave her that warning in the last episode, she said, "Don't interrupt me ever again." Right. So pretty much saying like, if you do it again, I'm going to take you out. She's doing it again, and she's play tapping her. They're rushing.
Because I think she knows it. I think because she knows it's too easy.
Hang on a second. Look at the fight. Look at the fight that she had with Clint, though.
Yeah.
Look at the fight she had with Clinton almost at the end before he started whistling.
Well, Clint, that wasn't a fight. That was BVS. That was Batman beating Superman's ass.
That's a good comparison.
Wasn't trying to fight back. That's what that was. That wasn't a fight. He sat there and took that ass because he knew he wasn't trying to fight that girl because she was wrong. Way to bury the lead there, Clint. Bishop.
But no, it's fine. We're getting there. So
right.
Yeah, they have
this what I was saying is that she was really putting it on him. She was kicking his ass, and then he started whistling, and then all of a sudden she stopped. You know what I mean? So like she held back when she was fighting Kate Bishop. But when she was fighting Hawkeye, like she really put it on him because she was pissed. So
but why? Why is she holding back against Kate Bishop? This bitch been fighting bitches her whole life.
Here we go. Here we go. She's here. She's here. She's here. I see you.
She trained her whole life to fight bitches. It was nothing but bitches up at the freaking
Because as we left her, she's changed because she got back in touch with her sister, and she's changed because Natasha said that's not how it's supposed to be. I work for S.H.I.E.L.D. You can redeem yourself. There is a way out. So this wasn't about the money she took from Bishop's mama. This is about her finding out where Clint was because she thought that Clint killed her sister, and that's
if that's the case. Kate is an obstacle of her killing Clint. She's constantly getting in the way. She told her, "Look, don't interrupt me again." Or else, and here we are at or else, and there's still nothing happening. What's up with all that?
She went about that life. She was trying to fool her. Not just saying about that life. Like we know she about
like
that
Soldier
life.
Boy. Everything that come out my MF in her mouth is hard. That's how she wanted her to be. You know what I mean? Hard, consistently hard, consistently just like I'm gonna kill you every time I'm fighting. Yes, that's how.
I just want the character to make sense. That's all I want. That's
I'm gonna kill you.
I get you.
I'm gonna kill you.
Hawkeye, he's going out. He's trying to get Kazi. So there, he sees him on the other building. Right, he takes out a little trick arrow, and before Kazi can shoot him with the gun, he shoots with the arrow, and like a whole of smoke goes out.
That purple smoke,
yeah, forcing Kazi to evacuate before he passes out. I don't know what it does, but he had to get out.
Could have probably died sooner.
And so then they ended up having a tussle. Hawkeye's in the building and he's throwing like trick stuff, like little traps everywhere. And then comes Kazi, and he really thought he was about to just hand Hawkeye the business, but Hawkeye was ready for it. He's a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent. He ain't got time. And he made quick work of the guy. He set off his traps. They went off, boom, boom, boom. He gets away. And we are back to Kate and Yelena. Yelena makes an escape down the building. She has this really cool, like, kick-ass.
Oh, that was badass.
Yeah, badass thing where she goes down the building. Mm-hmm. And Kate, not as cool. She goes down screaming and yelling.
Oh, come on. She's not as experienced as when you talk about Yelena is a trained killer. Like, she's trained. She is. She's almost in the same. I wouldn't put her over Black Widow or Natasha, but she's almost on that level. And then you look at Kate, who's brand new to this. So everything gotta look for Kate. Everything gotta look clumsy. Like even when she says, like when she's on by the window, this is not supposed. This is supposed to be scary. Like she's, like someone who's an experienced hero. They'll look at that and be like, "I bet," and just jump. Mm-hmm.
But the thing about Kate, I think what makes her great is her arrow skills, and her cleverness. Like for example, my favorite thing was, all right, genius, how are we gonna get out of this one? Hi, car for Kate. That was awesome. That was very modern.
So thinking, she is, and she's very determined.
Like exactly, that's another one. I personally don't like how much she flirts with him. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But
I love how y'all keep saying that.
It's the truth.
Because
Mike, do you think that
Kate first with Clint? Mm-hmm. No, that's his adopted daughter. His other daughter should be.
She was talking about "You miss me yet?" and going up on his D.
I get that. That's a crush. I mean, not a crush like that. It's like she said when in the show, damn it, the shows and the fireball's cooking in. When she talks about what she meant to him, watching him as a kid, seeing him save the world, she felt that she could do that. Like, you jumping off this building and you can't even fly. It made me think that I could do that. So she really she wasn't in love with him in that way. It might have been uncomfortable for us to hear, but I don't think not one bit of it's that. I'm waiting for that out there part where his daughter gets mad that she's now in the house.
Sibling rivalry.
Because they about to adopt that kid.
I mean, I'm curious to learn more about Hawkeye's wife.
Ooh, let's get there. Let's get there.
I'm glad you brought that up because I had that in mind as well.
So, Hawkeye finds himself on the tree. He's telling Kate that, yeah, I'm on the tree. She's like, what tree? Of course, the biggest tree. I don't know where it's at, but you guys.
It's in New York. It's I mean,
Rockefeller Center.
I felt like when I said New York,
Rockefeller Center.
Places on
Rockefeller Center.
I'm not even a New Yorker, and I know that, B.
Right. See, look, you lost your New York card tonight.
Yeah.
I blame the fireball.
This is very reminiscent of episode 1, where she takes the arrow and she's shooting at the bell tower. But now she's taking the arrow and again risking everyone's lives because there were still people running at the bottom. I don't know if you guys saw, but there were still people at the bottom. And she's like, "Yeah, fuck those people. we just about to shoot."
I'm sorry. I wanted to talk because I wanted to give this guy, and not because we share the same name, but Jack. My man Jack, he got out of jail. He got out of jail. Everyone's still, this guy gets out of jail. And, everyone's still thinking, I'm still thinking he's a scumbag. All this shit is going on. Because like you mentioned, all the people running. My man Jack sits here with his sword, says, and I know this because I say this just before I get ready to go to work. Okay, Jack, time to shine. And he pulls out his sword. I mean, his actual sword, because this could have went all different kinds of ways. But he pulls out his sword and he starts slicing dudes and he starts kicking ass. And I said, you know what, Jack? You know what? I think one of you guys said it before. He could have been Zorro. I feel like someone said that, and he did such a great job. I even felt like he said "on guard." I feel like I haven't heard that in years. He said "on guard." And he's slicing dudes, beating people, and even to the point where, he's a slicing man.
I love him. I think that we thought he was the villain. It wasn't him. There's still more than him because he's one of them rich aristocrats in New York. So, he got some dirt, but he's not really that big in the game. And he's just, I think it was pretty cool. I thought it was pretty cool. I know we ain't there yet, see, but I love the show. I love the show.
We definitely misjudged him. Whole time I thought he was in on the gag, but low key, the gag is on us because he's actually a good guy. So yeah, he is doing his part with his Zorro sword.
Yes. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
But yeah, so Kate decides to, forget safety. She shoots at the strings that's holding this huge tree up. It falls to the ground, possibly killing people below, right? But she doesn't give a damn. She's rich and entitled, right? So
and white.
Hawkeye and doing this, right? She also puts Hawkeye in a very bad position because he's in the freaking ice skating rink like a deer in the headlights because now everybody's got a clear shot at his ass, right? So here comes the tracksuit mafia. They come in all of their trucks.
The bros.
Yeah, the bros come out and they come out in drones. Like there's about 50 million of these motherfuckers, right? So
she's here.
So instead, this is another part that pissed me off on the show.
Ooh.
These are supposed to be tracksuit mafia, right? Mafia gangsters. They're supposed to have guns.
but hold on, whoa. Before you go any further, you said they're supposed to have guns. I'm sorry, this is one of those things you said. Have you seen these idiots? I wouldn't trust these guys with guns. They're idiots.
They have guns.
That's why they're like the putty.
The one who thanked Kate
they are the putties.
For her dating advice, he had a gun in his hand. So you want me to believe they brought these trucks full of tracksuits and not one had a gun because they were running up at these people like they was about to like tackle them, running up at Hawkeye and Kate. When they're supposed to be these mob guys with weapons, they don't fire not one shot. They wait until Kate with freaking bows and arrows takes all 50 million of them out. It was a little unbelievable for me. I do
want to mention these trick arrows. Like I said, I give Hawkeye a lot of crap, but these trick arrows was pretty badass. Like one was able to shoot like tranquilizers or something like that. One did like a bomb, or it was like not even a bomb. It was like a inflatable thing. I thought this scene was actually pretty. I get what you mean. It's unbelievable. Listen, I've never saw John Wick. Someone told me there's a scene where John Wick shoots 100 people at the park.
Listen, that scene was amazing. That man took out everybody's head.
So at this rate, when I see these movies, I just sit here and go like, right, because I get what you mean when you say there's 500 people,
yes,
there's 2 people here. Why are you guys struggling? But then again, I sit here and say they're called they what they call the tracksuit. First of all, I couldn't take that mafia serious at all. And they're called the Bros. Like, what do you mean? Like, what is that? Yeah, dead ass. That was them. Their asses were dead.
What mafia did anything like that? They do. They're the front grunt work of nothing but to be dealt with, and they were swiftly dealt with. They're expendable. But we didn't see their faces.
Yeah, they're the modern day mafia.
It didn't make sense to me, but okay, if you guys want to roll with it, okay.
I'm not saying it made sense. I just
don't make sense.
I Kanye struck a lot. I just
But they did. One cool scene was when the one of the Bros trucks, like Call of Bro trucks, it goes over the barrier, about to fall into Hawkeye and Kate, and they used the pin particle arrow again, which was really cool, and it shrunk the whole thing down. I thought that was a cool scene. But just as they were making their way out of the ice rink, here comes Kazi again. Kazi has made his way
Harry
down.
Potter's owl came and picked them up and swooped them
Oh yeah, the owl.
Oh, the owl thing. No, you know what's crazy about that owl thing?
What?
That actually happened. Like last year, and mind you, I could tell that they filmed this last year with all the buildings and everything, but there was an owl in the tree last year. And mind you, they found the owl after they put up all the lights. And then they took out the owl and they took it back upstate and all of that. But literally, the owl was inside the tree from the time that they cut the tree down.
Oh, wow.
And that whole shit, like I marked out when I saw that, because that wasn't just like a little cameo. That shit actually happened to that fucking tree.
Hey, can I say this? Things you get only if you listen to, this review show here. The way we whining and drinking and dashing. I love that. That's some knowledge right there. Yo.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I saw that, and mind you, it was the exact same kind of owl and everything. So when I saw that,
really
shot,
nice. Little tidbit.
I gotta go back in time in my Facebook and look at a post because I posted.
Oh, I was about to say, you have a machine. I was about to be blown the fuck away.
But if you're
I'm about to go back to time.
The video, don't forget to drink your shot. If you like the video, please like the video.
God.
We're talking about Hawkeye. And so yeah, the owl does come, takes him away. That's when the fight happens with Kazi. The Kazi comes and he's the only genius who brought a gun. He shoots at Hawkeye. Hawkeye tells Kate to go ahead. And Hawkeye, of course, he's Robin Hood, so he shoots to the arrow, it splits off, it gets the guys next to Kazi. But Kazi's got some kind of like lightning fast reflexes, and he stops it right in his face.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
So he tells him, "Yeah, nice shot," and he was like, "No shit."
Yeah. Disney like to add that have this shit thing going on. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, and this was at this moment that Yelena comes in. She takes her chance. She goes in and tackles Hawkeye, and that's when they start to have this whole battle. Simultaneously, right?
3 battles going on here.
There are several battles going on all at once because our girl, Streetwise, she's trying to make the getaway. She's trying to get into the car and go back to her mansion, right? But she gets in the car, the driver's dead, and somebody's behind her is getting taken out. And it's Kingpin comes up to her and was like, "Yo, where you think you going?"
Yo, this right here.
That scene was bad ass. I had to rewind it because the way. See, I'm a cartoon guy. So Kingpin to me is not a Daredevil guy. He's not this guy. He's a Spider-Man guy.
Animated Spider-Man.
Animated Spider-Man. Yeah. So he's super badass. Nice. And when he rips that door off, I'm saying to myself like, okay, Marvel, you're gonna go here. Like to me, I had to point this out because I've watched this show already twice. I can relate to this. Is where I say I want people to understand the difference between what Marvel writes and what's a Marvel franchise, than how Sony writes, which is so Far From Home. Far From Home is not a Marvel movie. It's just Marvel's letting them say, okay, you can use our things. But everybody from Sony has taken place in writing that movie. And just things things that Marvel does better than anybody. DC don't touch them. Nobody touches Marvel. When it's an emotion, it's how they pick actors to play a role and play off another person's role. They're flawless with it, in my opinion. Okay, and in that role, in that scene, this show to me is phenomenal, and it had scenes and emotional scenes we haven't talked about yet to me that rivals the hottest movie of the last 7 years.
Oh, I can't wait to hear that.
Right. So,
I'm talking about money wise, not like what you think. In the box office.
So he's going after Streetwise, but then Kate comes out the woodwork. She's got the arrow pointed straight at him, right? She's like, "Look, get your hands off my mom, right? I'm not playing it." And for the first time in the whole episode, the whole series, Kate actually did what she was supposed to do and take the kill shot, right? But unfortunately, this guy has on, I don't know what the hell is it. How does he just live? I
don't know. Yeah, I couldn't explain that when she took the shot, right? Like
literally,
I can't explain it.
He just.
I love because last week when we did the review, I made the thing where I said, when Hawkeye was like, "Oh, this is what I was scared of," now the big man's in Kingpin. I was like, but you fought Thanos. Like, what are you scared about? Because they're two different levels. I get that he's a street level. Thanos is like,
alien.
Yes. But nonetheless, when you see him get shot, he's like, brushed it off.
Yes.
It was like, he was like, what? And then when he shot it again, and he was just annoyed. I really like this scene because it just showed how powerful Kingpin is. I think a lot of people who don't know Kingpin, I don't know everything about Kingpin, right? I know that he's an average man, but he's able to hold his own. Wilson Fisk with a K is able to he is able to hold his own. He is so strong. He's
against
ridiculous.
anyone. Well, he can
matter
get
of fact, there's
he, a really good way. I feel like Tobias Whale was taken.
I agree with you on that.
That's a good comparison.
Now you see how much chess Tobias Whale plays. Mm-hmm. Kingpin is very much that way. Hence the name Kingpin. You know what I mean? Kingpin of crime. You know what I mean?
Like Tobias is underrated.
Even the whole strength thing, because Tobias had the strength of 20 men or whatever.
So
he was able to hold his own. He was able to hold his own against Black Lightning. I mean, like that was really ridiculous.
To me, it became a part where he was the reason why I watched the show. To be honest, I hated Black Lightning suit, and I couldn't get over it until season 3. I couldn't get over it. I hated the suit the first 2 seasons.
So, Kingpin is like some kind of super strong.
What I liked about the show was just the Malcolm X of it all.
So he is super strong. So the only thing that kind of took him out, but Streetwise had to come in, and this is where Kate gets her resourcefulness from, right? Because Streetwise took the car and smashed him into the building, right? So he's in the toy shop, wherever it is that they're at. But he's still not down. He's got the super soldier serum or whatever, right? Like we said.
I'm sorry. They were in the toy store. In the toy store.
Yeah, in the toy store.
Thank you. Whatever the hell. Shit. I thought she was gonna do the dun 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 dun.
Oh, not that.
Some big. Why show the big piano and then not go back to it? I thought that was a missed opportunity. I thought while she was shooting him with arrows, she could have been hitting the music while she's
I thought that was no, you know why? Because they there's a store right next to Rockefeller Center that has it's called FAO Schwartz. So you can
I know that store.
You can use that
years old, Vic.
Like you're not from here. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying.
I'm from everywhere. Let me shut up before I go to jail. I've been everywhere. I've been in your hood, their hood,
just
that
because
hood.
You've been here doesn't mean you. All right, what's the Unisphere? Thank you.
I'm not from there. No.
Just
I know what a store is. It's a world famous store. That's all I'm saying. It ain't like you're telling me something that what you just said isn't what you just mentioned ain't world famous.
It's not on Fifth Avenue
anymore. What this store is, I don't know.
It's not on Fifth Avenue anymore. But the whole point is just that it's a really big store that's for fancy rich people that want to buy expensive toys that are overpriced, right? So what do? They put these really nice displays, and the piano on the floor is one of the like iconic things that they have. Right. You know what I mean? So when people come here and they go to FAO Schwartz, they step on this thing and play on that. But anyway, the whole thing about Big, I agree, because that shit would have been popping. But
maybe they didn't want to take away from the seriousness of the scene because they want him to look formidable. And if they would add like a little bit too much comedy,
at this point it was Kate Bishop shooting at the Tracksuit Mafia. So I thought they had a missed opportunity.
That is, I mean, the most comedic part was the whole her whole like Dr. Phil moment where she's just like helping the guy with his relationship.
No, there was a few comedy things because her and Yelena had some comedy scenes.
Yeah, her and Yelena was jokey
they had some comedy scenes. I mean, I could get what you mean by that, where they didn't want to take away from the scene because Kingpin, I mean, granted, if anyone saw or know anything about Kingpin, he's someone you just don't take lightly. And I mean, and this scene alone, I mean, and then you could take over, see, but this scene alone, just stuff that he was doing, I mean, the way he was just throwing her and when she was trying to go for
like
something.
A rag doll.
Yeah, like there was a part where I think she tried to go for an arm bar. And he just
he was tossing her like freaking Raggedy Ann through that toy shop. And the thing is, not one arrow fell out of her bag, so I'm going to assume that it has some kind of magnetic Stark technology that's keeping all the arrows in there while she's flipping and turning.
Probably, yeah.
But so yeah, he's getting the better of her, throwing her all around, right? And then just as we think that she's out for the count, all her arrows are broken on the floor because he took them.
He broke them.
Right.
Yeah.
So she takes the trick thing that Hawkeye taught her, the little trick thing. She takes a little piece of whatever it was in the pocket,
That's
a little piece of lint.
That little penny trick.
Yeah, and snapped it. And it went off on just the right trick arrow. Explosion happens, knocks Kingpin out, and she was able to make her escape. And we're back to Hawkeye and Yelena. They're having this whole, moment where they're fighting. And Yelena's like, I just want to know one thing. Why? Why did you do that to my sister? Right? He starts doing the whistle. He's telling her like, yo, Natasha sacrificed herself. I didn't want her to do it, and she didn't believe him. They're still fighting through this disbelief. But eventually he's able to win her over with the truth, and she sees the error of her ways, right? And instead of collecting the money, she gives up on the job. Yes, through the whistle.
I thought that was weird. I thought that was so weird though. Like, I don't know what other way you could have. I don't know what other way you could have ended that fight and made it where it was like some kind of understanding. But I felt like when that happened, Mike, you said this earlier, and I didn't think that. I just thought like, man, that was kind of a weird ending. But you said you compared to the Batman v Superman, which is true. When Superman says Martha, and
Martha.
Let me get away with this, Mike. Let me get away with this. Martha. So did I do better there? Okay. And how do you know that name? He sounded like he was, I don't know, but whatever. But anyway, and then it became cool after and stuff. I don't know. The way they did that, I don't know. I felt like it was I don't want to say it was a cop out, but it was kind of a cop out. I don't know. I don't know any other way they could have figured it out to had it where Yelena could understand. Maybe they could even milked it a little longer where she's like, whatever, move on and whatever. But as time goes on, she eventually understands that Clint didn't, like the choices that her sister made is what she made. It wasn't Clint.
This is that part of the show where I said I felt that bigger emotion in this show than I did in Far From Home with, and Aunt May scene hurt me because I'm just a fan of Melissa Tomei, right? Okay. But it did come off kind of, you saw it coming, if that makes any sense, right? So if you watch this scene, I compare it to BVS because to me, again, a Superman guy taken away from that, to me, you can clearly see in that fight, Superman wasn't trying to fight him. Right. And that's what you saw in this. Clint was defending himself, but he wasn't on the offensive. Right. And that was her. I thought when an assassin, she's an assassin, see, right? Because you mentioned earlier, right? You're here to why the fuck are you still fucking playing with Bishop? Beat this bitch's ass and move on. I'm sorry, Mom. I didn't mean to call it that. Okay. That's all right. But get rid of little Kate, right? And she, with Clint, it was an emotional thing. She was defending her sister. She's done her reconnaissance work. She knows that Clint and her were close. She just don't believe what the media was saying. So the clues he led that way, not fighting her. You know what I mean? Constantly saying, like, I'm not lying. This is what's actually happened. She did do these things. I thought that emotion in that, I thought, again, that was Marvel to me at its best. Just connecting.
Marvel knows how to hit.
My question is this.
Yep.
Who's Elaine working for?
She said she was working for Kate's mom. She hired her. She said your mother hired me.
She's working for Kingpin.
Essentially, yeah.
Okay. So Kingpin really is the one.
Well, absolutely, probably not, right? Because we realized that Kate's mom had her own agenda. She said she was setting things up. This is not the end of Kate's mom. She's going to prison. Hello, she's rich. Yes. That means nothing.
Yeah, we didn't even get to touch on that a little bit. Yeah,
she does end up calling the police on her mama on freaking Christmas, and I'm like, I don't think Streetwise deserves this. I don't think she deserves this fate. She's done nothing but try to protect her family.
I agree.
And had it have been my, mama,
spoiled ass, she should have smacked her ass. Me. She should have. Yeah, she should have smacked her.
You know you wrong.
Well, her
you want to go home and think about this, right? But you got to take her to the penthouse. Like, can you imagine Streetwise in the pen? And she even told Kate, "Look, I'm not. You're privileged." She pretty much told Kate, like, "Yeah, you're privileged. You had never had to do the things that I did." Right. Because Streetwise had a hard life, and she's not trying to go back to the penthouse, but that's exactly where her daughter sent her, right, on Christmas.
So is this a Christmas movie like Die Hard? I mean, the writer of this. He took the whole idea from Die Hard. He said what gave him the idea to write the show.
Whoa. So
I don't call Die Hard a Christmas movie though.
Okay, you already know. Okay, cool. Because Bruce Willis made that clear. But no, this was definitely.
Wait, Bruce Willis? He said something?
Yeah, he said it's not a Christmas movie; it's an action movie. However, if you look at
Disney Plus, Willis movie. He says a Bruce Willis movie.
If you look at Disney Plus, right, this is my argument for Die Hard. Can you go find it on holiday classics and family movies? This is actually on Disney Plus under holiday.
No, this is definitely.
I'm on the side.
No, I agree with you.
This movie, like, I don't understand where people.
But no, this was definitely
because he was fighting to get home for Christmas. He was fighting to get home for Christmas. That was the premise from the beginning.
So, and it's funny, when we were doing the previous reviews and stuff, I was saying before, I said this reminded me of, I forgot the other movie, but I thought Jingle All the Way, because that was my favorite Christmas movie of all. I
just watched that yesterday too before I watched
Oh my god,
Muppet Carol Christmas Girl. Sinbad's hilarious in that movie.
Great movie.
Oh, he's true. Oh, we got an elf. We got an
angry elf.
Right,
yeah, an angry. No, he's from the
angry troll.
The South Pole elf.
So
from the South Pole.
So yeah, they did have the scene where Mama gets carted away unjustly, even though she deserved it, but she didn't really deserve it. Honestly, she didn't deserve it.
It's funny the way you guys put it, because before I was like, yeah, no, she did the wrong. She was wrong, but at the same time, as y'all pointed out, like, nah, she was trying to protect her daughter.
Yes, and she said her dad had the ties with the mom.
Yeah,
she
it wasn't
just
her.
Kind of inherited
she was trying to clean it up.
Trash.
She was trying to clean it up.
So what was she trying to do? Right? What she had to been? She was the woman that had to take care of
I missed
everything.
that part. I thought she was saying you're just like your dad. I have to clean up everything, but I guess I missed that part. She was cleaning up dad. Okay, she did say clean up your father's mess. Okay.
Yes. So she's going off to prison.
Yes.
Because it's something her husband got involved in, and she's just trying to make a way for her family, which
Spoiled
is horrible.
kid.
I don't like the fact that
being a parent, I have 4 kids. It's a thankless job. You're brats. You're never thankful. You know what? You're getting one present for Christmas. That's it.
I hope she.
And I better have my cookies.
Loses all of her millions. That's what I hope. But so we get to Maya. Maya's fighting with Kazi, and I don't know if Kazi's her brother, her cousin, or whatever the heck he is.
That's a boo.
That's her. No.
Yeah, she said, I thought she was going to leave with me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, how did you see that? That's a boo.
This is some incest going on here because they're related.
Nah, they're not related.
They just, I thought they were cousins this whole time. They
That's
actually are together?
Well, I don't know. If that's incesting, that people. Some people are into that. It's weird.
Yeah, that's called Alabama.
So they just both called taking off
low. That kind of thing goes down. You know what I mean? When the options are low,
what are you doing?
It's either cousins or sheep.
I thought they were cousins the whole time. I swear to God. I was like,
it worked for Jerry Lee Lewis and his wife.
Oh, sure.
Great balls of fire. Listen, either way, they were smashing. She said,
that was the boo. That was her boo. Yeah, I mean, pretty much. Even if you look at that picture with her, him, and her, what's the name? I forgot his name. Kazi and her father. The way that was going, it was like almost like me, my boo, and my father. So like, now that was her boo, and she wanted to. She wanted him. Huh?
Because I thought that they were related, which is why he knows sign language so well.
But look at the relationship.
Yeah, they grew up together.
Raised her.
Yeah.
Kingpin raised her and raised him.
This is some Whitney Houston.
No, this is some Thanos shit. It's like Thanos.
Exactly.
So they are related, just not by blood.
Right.
They're raised together, but they're not
still nasty. Still nasty.
It's kind of like if two kids in the foster system got together. You know what I mean?
But no, they were raised together as siblings and
they played house. They played house and doctor. You know what I mean?
Yeah, gross. I am not here for this. So anyway,
this review made a legal left turn right here.
Yes, it did. That's Marvel. What are they thinking? But anyway,
Marvel, we won't review nothing else from you guys. Nah, we here for you
until the holidays over. Then we're back with it. But yeah, she kills him. He's died. Very, interesting, dynamic and scene because she ended up having to kill him. Now, pretty much everything's,
Which is interesting. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but which is interesting because she's supposed to be having her own spinoff.
Ooh.
Yeah, I saw
a flashback of them turning into. How did this come from?
You know what? I think. So I was online and they were talking about future projects that they're going to have going on, which I'm excited about because I really think Marvel has been killing it with these miniseries and stuff like that. I think they've been doing a really good job. So I'm excited about She-Hulk. I think there's some Miss Marvel. There's a bunch of stuff. But I saw Echo. So, and it's interesting because if I could just shoot to the end here where she runs into her uncle, aka Kingpin, who's wobbling in the
alley,
just holding it together, holding all him and 2% of his fat, and he sees Maya. He says, Maya, we're like family, and I love you, and he just shoots him. So it makes you go, what happened after? And I feel like they're going to pick up after that. But I do want to sit here and say, because the question was, do Kingpin die? Kingpin is Wile E. Coyote. No, he's Wile E. Coyote. He just doesn't die. He's going to come back and annoy someone else. He's going to be here. He's going to be here for all eternity, just to piss someone off.
That's why it wasn't a headshot. That's why they didn't show him die. They didn't show a body. Anything can happen from that moment. You can't take him. It's ignorant as a fan of television and movie and art and entertainment. You should just assume he's dead. Yeah, you should know better than that. You didn't see a body. Anything?
No, but I feel like that was a troll. I feel like that was certainly because, mind you, for people that are like hardcore Spider-Man fans, Kingpin being in the MCU is massive, right?
It is
massive, especially for it to come out at this moment. Also, for Daredevil to be in that Spider-Man movie,
that's all it's about. But see, Clint Bishop, that's the payoff. I'm trying to tell you, as I told you on your show yesterday, Spider-Man's not coming back to Marvel for at least 2 movies. So this is all about Marvel setting up more TV shows, and they bought in. This is the Clint thing. This helps everybody. It's one of the partnerships. You know what I mean? They were coordinating. You couldn't have one without the other, and that's what happened there. But this is definitely going to be for Daredevil. Spider-Man will not be involved with Kingpin anytime soon. Not nowhere near. They will not sniff each other anytime soon.
Well, he's alive either way. They're going to do something.
No, I agree.
But the fact that they brought it out at this time, I thought was
that's brilliant.
Very calculated.
I was going to agree. I said I think the timing of everything was actually brilliant. I mean, from last week bringing out Kingpin to last week also. Spoiler if you didn't see it, but Matt Murdock is part of the MCU.
We're not spoiling that movie in this. People might watch this and haven't seen Spider-Man. Let's not spoil it.
Ain't our fault.
Yeah. Why didn't you see it Thursday? What the fuck?
At this point,
I seen it twice already. What's Trish do? And I'm going again tomorrow.
That movie's so good. Damn, this guy's in 3. I got to catch up. This guy 3. I got
$1.
But I'm just.
But to close out the show, right? We do get the scene where Kate does end up spending Christmas or the holiday season at Hawkeye's ranch. So he takes his side piece home to meet his wife, and she's down with it.
The dream.
Sister wives.
And the watch finally makes a reappearance. So apparently, something that we were trying to clue together from the last episode, like, oh, what's up with the wife, with with Velma, watch. Or no? So, it was her watch. she's in like some stuff with Hawkeye, so she's like some kind of.
She was a part of Shield.
Yeah,
they had to meet somewhere.
Matter of fact, number 19 that represents her. Like that's supposed to be a callback somewhere in the comics.
Nice. I thought it was really nice to include that in together, and that was the episode, guys. I enjoyed it. Honestly, this wasn't my favorite of the season. Mm-hmm. I thought it was a little busy. I feel like they tried to fit everything in.
Definitely.
I feel like they probably could have split this into 2 separate episodes and closed it there. But overall, I really enjoyed this series. It's probably my second favorite out of all of the Disney Marvel series so far. But what did you guys think?
Mike Knoxxx, why don't you take it, and then Clint Bishop.
It's probably my third favorite. If we're speaking about how you finished off there with the Disney Marvel series, for me, I would go Wanda. If not, to me, it's a very close. If to me, it's 1-1-2 and going Winter Soldier and Falcon, because I thought what Clinton said today, that whole Black Captain America thing, how Disney is very good, how Marvel is very good at towing the line of social media injustice and what goes on and how they attack that. I thought that was very imperative to that show, having a Black Captain America. That one line that he says with the old Captain America, what respective Black man would actually want to be Captain America. And how they do this country, but we got to be more, that's how I probably think. But progressively Black speaking, we can't live where we lived in the 50s. We got to move on. I thought that was dope. So, but I thought this episode was great. I see what you're saying about it being a run-on, and that's me being a fan of. We're already half-hour shows. I was happy it was an hour, but that was you being lazy, not putting it into another next week. You know what I mean? For whatever reason, which I'm cool because now I'm going to get Boba Fett coming on next week, so I'm okay with that, right? But why not run? Why don't they run good shows consecutively? That's the issue I have with Disney Plus. Like Netflix does it, other shows do it. Run all your shit at one time and have more, at least 2 or 3 at a time, not just one good main show that people are talking about like this. But I love the episode. I did. I loved all the Easter eggs in the episode. I didn't think I would like this show. I think I'm finding out as just a fan in general. Just watch shit to watch it. And don't have zero expectations, and then boom, it's what it is. Everything doesn't have to be the greatest. This was very, very, very good.
All right,
Clint Bishop.
Okay, so I feel like right now it's a great time to be alive, because especially if you've watched everything from Iron Man 1 till now.
I'm alive.
Because like if you see everything, you'll notice how everything is connected, right? So now, with that being said, one thing that I kind of enjoyed was the end credit scene where they actually did this whole holiday thing, right? Literally just to thank everybody for watching for the holiday. And I found that very interesting how they put that here instead of in the movie. But I would not be surprised if this show actually comes to real life and they do the Harry Potter thing with Marvel. I wouldn't be surprised if Marvel does that.
What do you mean?
What are we talking about? The owl?
Okay, look, Harry Potter has a play on Broadway. Right?
Oh, you think they're going to make it into a play? The Rogers
I would not be surprised if Rogers.
Oh, they should. They should do that.
There's money to be made.
Yeah, everybody saw that and said, "That's great. I would watch that." And we got to see the post credit.
I feel like that end credit thing is a testament. Yeah. I think that they can actually do this because look, The Lion King has been here since the 90s and it's still running. And it's
still the Lion fucking King.
I mean, yes, it is The Lion King. Aladdin is getting there as well. But what I'm saying is that Rogers, the show, would definitely get a ton of people over here to come and see it. And mind you, they could sell a whole bunch of Marvel merch and all kinds of stuff if they wanted to over here. Like after seeing that,
it wouldn't just be in Broadway though. Don't generalize just New York. That's wrong. New York. Sorry.
I think it would.
The reason why I'm doing that is because over here the population is here for these things for the residents to stay. That's the reason, and people consistently come over here for that.
I thought they all travel. I guess that's my misunderstanding. Then I know they have their residencies there, but I thought they Wicked and all those Lion King. All those things are all over there. Like I've seen Wicked, I've seen the Lion King, I've seen you know what I mean. I've seen West Side Story. You know what I mean? Because they travel. So I thought all these things did that. I didn't know that I didn't know.
No. Like,
I know they have a residency like Vegas, but I didn't know that they. You know what I mean? How you explained it? That's all.
No, like for example, look, Hamilton is still here, right? But the original cast of Hamilton is traveling.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So now,
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Since Hamilton is not top tier anymore,
yeah,
they changed the people and they still have the show.
And they moved them out and it stays
there.
there. Okay.
And then people they go and they travel around.
A New Yorker teaching me something. So, you know what I'm saying? I got more than just pizza.
Well, we got a lot more than that.
I'm seriously trolling here. I spent the entire 1995, 96 years in East New York.
I see you.
Picking projects.
That's why you picked up that Brooklyn accent. I see you.
You know what I mean? Real fast, B. You know what I'm saying? I played handball while I'm drinking fucking, you know what I mean, vodka out there on the streets in the summer. You know what I mean? Like you can't. I've been to the tunnel. You know what I mean? What it be?
I'm not even gonna lie, Mike. Thanks for being here. This will never happen again. I am so hurt. As soon as he said that to me, as soon as I heard, y'all know more than pizza. Listen, we're more than pizza. We're here. That's the best I got. I'm sorry, that's the best I got. And I'm going to stick by it because we're here. Now I can talk because, you talked about Broadway. Although I got to say that mid credit scene, I said, this is a troll. But I'm not going to lie, I bopped my head. It was a banger. Like when it was sitting there saying, I could do this all day. I was like,
nice. And mind you, they showed it. You can see the Rogers the musical in the movie. And
matter of fact,
like they're gonna put it in several
but wait, Vic didn't tell us what was his favorite Disney thing. Top 3.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, wait.
Take that shot first. Take that shot first.
Here's the thing. It's hard to say, right? Because all of this is linked together.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? It's a continuation of the story. The one that I was entertained by the most, I would have to say, is Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Take that shot. Take that shot.
No, I really that was number one to me too. I mean, for God's sake, my profile picture is literally the black Captain America suit. Like
that was the worst.
Mind you, here's the reason why I say that.
You think so?
The reason why I say that is because they trolled the situation into having you thinking that he wasn't going to be Captain America.
Yes.
And then the way that he became Captain America.
That's like I said. I think the politicalness of that show to me shows the brilliance of Marvel's writing, and that when it comes to Shield type things, I said we did a review. You guys join me from a review. They do spy Shield things better than anything in the Marvel universe. To me, they tackled that genre so well, right?
Oh, wait a minute. Speaking of Shield, what's up with Hawkeye's wife? Did y'all know that? I didn't know that.
We already
spoke about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to go. All right.
Okay.
So time to go.
You know what? You know what?
It's time to go.
That's the Mama Juana. I had 3 shots, y'all. It's time to go because shit is popping now.
Okay, go ahead, Jack.
So when it comes to top 3 with everything, I really did like Winter Soldier and
they told us one though. I'm sorry.
So WandaVision was a little wild to me, and I get why everyone liked it because of the theme that they went with. It was such a different theme where they were going through sitcoms from each era. What they saw from the 50s, 60s, 70s,
and that's my era. You know what I mean? Like I grew up in all that television stuff. No, like I grew up and I'm 46. Clint can, we grew up in an era of television, which even continues today. That I've watched everything from like the Flying Nun and Happy Days until what we're getting today. Like the cartoons you like, I've seen them. Like there's without Transformers, G.I. Joe, all that stuff. You know what I mean? Like so that's all. So that's why I think a lot of people, America love WandaVision for that because America's still old. They can relate to WandaVision with that sitcomness on top of adding that Marvelness in there.
That
like
Marvel.
It is hands down that it is WandaVision by far is the best Disney show. It's not close.
But what do we I will ask this because I'm trying to think of all the series right now. So the What If was really cool. But where do we put Loki? Is that top 3 for anybody or not? Okay, I see Mike say nah.
With Loki, I feel like Loki was less entertaining and more more of an explanation as to what's happening.
Okay.
I like that one better than Winter Soldier one. I thought that one was very dry.
You like that genre, so you like that genre better of like where just Marvel is with those. You know what I mean? Is it for you? I'm asking you. Do you think is it a realisticness thing from like the outer space stuff and magic to?
I was thinking maybe more magic.
It just wasn't anything we haven't seen before. That's what I didn't like about it. I didn't like the good cop, bad cop, buddy cop bullshit.
It was definitely that.
It was just very,
it was Lethal Weapon.
done. And I like things that are a little bit more, have a little more nuance.
It was very much
I'll end it with this. I think Marvel has really Marvel had quite the hell of a week last week, and they continued with this. I thought Hawkeye, I'll sit here and say this with Hawkeye. I didn't have a lot of faith in Hawkeye. Just because, and I say this as like, once again, I go to Comic-Con. I've never heard anyone go, hey, I'll be Hawkeye. Like, no, it's like almost like, hey, like I'll be Dennis Rodman over Michael Jordan. Like, no, you don't. Like, shut up.
It's gonna change now.
That's I know I'm gonna have to
wear a wedding dress.
I'm
gonna
leave that alone.
This episode,
let's end this. But I thought this was a great episode. I thought it was great. Hawkeye was really good, and I like the ending where she's trying to come up with a name, and he says, "I have an idea," and it ends with Hawkeye, and she's going to take over the mantle of Hawkeye. So I think that's going to be really cool, and see what the future is for Marvel, because everything going on from like the last Marvel movie with Spider-Man, this going on, and seeing what the future holds from She-Hulk and Echo, and there's a bunch of other things. Miss Marvel, not Moonwalker. What's the name? Oh God, Thank you, Moon Knight. It's so many different titles that's going on. I can't wait. And Blade is going to be here. Blade's going to
be a movie though.
Oh, it's going to be movies.
Yeah, it's a movie.
Okay, I won't.
You know who they got as an actor? He's not.
I know. He was Cottonmouth in Luke Cage.
Yeah, and that's where they dropped the ball when he died as Cottonmouth.
Yeah, that was that. But we're gonna end this episode because we went long enough. See, take us home.
Thanks for watching the video. If you like the video, don't forget to like the video and join us. Not next week because there's no more Hawkeye. Join us later.
We're gonna figure out a show.
Have a lot of things going on. And don't forget to subscribe while you're here, and check us out on Instagram at Unpopular Review. And see you later. Bye.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas
and Happy New Year
and all of that. Happy holiday.